If you ask any young adult what their biggest stressor is, most of them will say something along the lines of, "Oh, I don't know what I'm doing with my life." And it makes sense because we have been asked since we were kids, "Oh, what do you want to be when you grow up?" And then praised every time we had an answer. So we learned that having a plan equals being valuable, and having direction equals being impressive, and not knowing, that became synonymous with failure. But here's the truth that no one tells you. Nobody really knows what they are doing with their life. Not fully, not in the way you think you are supposed to. Sure, some people follow a path that looks clear, but even they pivot, even they question, even they wonder if they are doing it for the right reasons. We live in a society obsessed with the big picture, with 5-year plans, 10-year goals, and legacy. But what if the real power isn't in knowing your whole path? What if it's in turning into what feels right today? What if being lost is not a problem, but a transition? You don't own your younger self anything. You don't have to become the person you once said you would be. That version of you, they didn't know everything you know now. You owe something to the version of you that exists right now. This person, the one watching this video, the one who's tired of pretending, tired of forcing, the one who's quietly realizing they don't want what they used to want, that person deserves your honesty. That person deserves permission to want something new. If you are in the space of not knowing what you want, you are likely in the middle of letting go of what you used to want. And that's not confusion, that's clarity, just not fully formed yet. Because when you cling to old goals that no longer fit, you silence your current intuition. You numb your present self to preserve a past illusion. The truth is, the whole concept of knowing what you are doing with your life is flawed. It creates this illusion that once you figure it out, you will feel fulfilled, safe, confident, done. But here's the catch. Anger is important. Uncertainty is a signal. It means you are alive. It means you are still becoming. Complete fulfillment sounds peaceful, but what it usually brings is complacency. So stop asking, what am I doing with my life? And start asking, what am I doing with my day? Who do I love today? What matters to me right now? What's exciting me lately? What keeps coming back into my mind over and over again? These small clues, they are pointing you towards your path. Not all at once, not with a big reveal, but piece by piece. Stop treating life like a problem to solve. It's not a riddle, it's not a test, it's not a business plan or a performance. It's a lived experience. And experiences don't always make sense when you are in them. They don't always look like progress. Sometimes they look like rest, sometimes they look like mistakes, sometimes they look like starting over again. But every one of those moments counts. Every one of them is shaping you, guiding you. So if you don't know what you're doing with your life, that's okay. Okay, that's allowed. You are allowed to not know. You are allowed to change your mind. You are allowed to be a beginner. You are allowed to wonder. Because figuring it out as you go, that's the only way it's ever really been done. And this was the message of today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. And that's it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.